This is Raw Recap! Podcast Raw Recap! Monday nights, the war never ends. Two men enter the booth, only one truth survives. Yo, I'll turn the volume up. The king's on the mic, Aaron in the building, dissecting the fight from the opening pyro to the final bell. I'll break it down raw, send it straight to hell. Suplex the segments, RKO the takes. If the book gets trashed, then the table breaks. Who's running the show? We are. Who's dropping the truth? We are. Who's got no filter? S7 Wrestling. We are. This is Raw Recap. Savage Wrestling Podcast. We never hold back. Steel chairs flying, hot takes collide. Aaron and Jonte, Monday night, ride or die. Raw Recap. Hey, Raw Recap. Hey, turn it up loud, feel the impact. Savage Wrestling's Edgar. This is Raw Recap. In the cut with the sharpest blade, carving up storylines the writers betrayed. Heels, faces, titles, all on the table. I'll bury the mid-card if the push is unstable. From Roman's reign to the mid-card scene, we call it like we see it, unscripted, unclean. This is awesome. You damn right it is! Wrestling Podcast, we never hold back. 3 hours of chaos, we sort through the wreck. Aaron and Johnny bring the pain on deck. Raw Recap, hey, Raw Recap, hey, Raw Recap, hey. Hit that subscribe or get speared in the chest. Savage Wrestling's Day. This is Raw Recap. This is Raw Recap. Monday nights belong to us. See you after the show. And that's the bottom line. This is Raw Recap.
Hey, what's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to another Raw recap. And as you can tell by my demeanor, I'm not in a good mood. This Raw sucked. World's End sucked. I'm ready to get this show done and over with. We'll talk about World's End here in just a minute, but I'm not alone in my displeasure, my disdain. Kyo World, aka Jonte Davenport. Hello, my fellow straw hat. How are you?
You know, I'm doing all right, I totally forgot that we were going to have to talk about that mediocre pay-per-view that we shelled out $43 for.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe the age of video piracy for pay-per-views needs to be like a thing again, because the fact that Jonte and I got off of work early, by the way, got off early to go home, watch this show, and we went to the link that I have to watch all the classic WWE shows and everything, because Jonte's low-key got me addicted to the Ruthless Aggression era. So if anybody needs that link, just hit me up on the socials, and I shall provide that to you. Not gonna put it here because don't want them to get fucked. But anyways, Jonte and I sit down and we get our blinkers ready, and we get the show on the road, and Takeshita loses. Match 1. Jonte is having a conniption fit. He's like, all right, not off to a great start. Kyle, you're my only hope. Kyle loses. So now I'm pissed. I'm irritated. I don't even remember what else happened on the show. All I remember is that 3 things pissed me off. 4 things in total pissed me off. One was the length of the show. 4 hours of slop, not great. I literally paid $10 per fucking hour. And Tony, I want my fucking time and money back, and I know I can't get it back. So I'm irritated. Am I lashing out? Very much so. Because this show could have been so much better. I mean, you mean to tell me that Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter for the women's world title was a pay-per-view quality match? Bro, that match almost put me to sleep. Garbage effort by AEW to end out the year. Your thoughts?
Yeah, so I don't want to spend too much time on this because it was such a disappointment of a pay-per-view that I don't want to give it too much shine. Well, to piggyback off what Baker said, the show being 4 hours, we got to do something about this. It's just too long. It's a marathon every single time you watch one of these. There's 13 matches in total. 4 matches were on the pre-show, which I'm not even going to get into because they're irrelevant. Overall, I gave this show a 6 out of 10, which is honestly, still good for them. If you know, we've talked about Full Gear and other AEW shows on here, so we typically will say if they do a good job, we will applaud them, and if we feel like they did a bad job, we will call them out on that as well. And in this instance, this show sucked. So we open up with Takeshita doing the job to Okada via, cheating with the screwdriver finish, which pissed me off. 17 minutes, 25 seconds. Then we move on. And so at this point, like Baker said, I'm already checked out. I'm basically like, hate watching from this point on.
Jonte and I literally sit here and we rip blinkers and watch professional wrestling, right? He literally says to me right before Kyle and Mox get started, he goes, yeah, you know what? That match really pissed me off. It sobered me up.
Yeah, I did say that. It definitely did. It put me in a bad mood. So then I'm like, okay, well, and Moxley Fletcher, surely Kyle's not doing the job here, right? He's the breakout star of the year. They're pushing him. Sports Illustrated says it. And then obviously
that's not just us saying it either. Sports Illustrated says it.
Exactly. And obviously he goes for the screwdriver. It's not there. Moxley wins. So now I'm 0 for 2, and I'm really just like, what the fuck? Like this honestly sucks. They're good matches. Just the people I wanted to win didn't win, and they also lost in very shitty ways. So that's why I'm frustrated. Then we have FTR taking on the Bang Bang Gang, Chicago Street Fight. 17 minutes flat. FTR wins. Didn't care about this match at all. Just kind of some violence, whatever. Match 4, Babes of Wrath defeat Mercedes Moné and Athena in 13 minutes, 10 seconds to retain the women's world tag titles. And you guys know how I feel about Mercedes Moné. So in match 4, she's the one that actually does the job. And she's also going to be defending her TBS title coming up against Willow Nightingale soon. So, yeah, just it's rough. It's rough going right now. I don't know if I said something on this show that made TK mad, and he's just like, whoever I like loses. I don't know. But then finally, the next match kind of gets me a little happy. We have Darby Allin beating Gabe Kidd in a 12-minute, 50-second affair.
Bloody affair.
Bloodbath Jones. Really physical. So that was good to see Darby get a pay-per-view win, whatever. Next match, Mixed Nuts Mayhem, 12 minutes, 45 seconds. Timeless Tony Storm and the conglomerates, whatever you want to call them. They
Yeah, I like
job
that.
out.
I like that. That was the conglomeration, the conglomerates, conglomerates.
That's exactly what they are. The timeless conglomerated conglomerates, and
There
they
you
job out. They job out the Death Riders, right? In 12 minutes 45. Baby faces go over. They kind of tease like they did something with her and Orange Cassidy, kind of entertaining, but meh. Then what Baker said earlier, Chris Statlander retains against Jamie Hayter, and listen to how long this went. 18 minutes, 10
No,
seconds.
fuck it, you're lying.
So they got more time than Takeshita and Okada, which is, great. Yeah, that match was snoozeville. Sorry to our buddy, you know who you are, but Jamie Hayter's just snoozeville
You
to me.
said, who, by the way, quote, this is a quote verbatim. Jonte and I are at work, and our chat goes off, and it says, because I told our buddy, who shall remain nameless for his sake and his own protection. I promise you, he does not want the smoke. Chat lights up, and he gives his rating, and it's wow out of 10. Then
Gassed it up.
he continues
He gaslit.
and
He gaslit.
says, yeah, about a 9.5 out of 10, if I'm being honest. Some really good matches. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm really hyped for this show now. And then we actually sat down and watched it because he was like, oh, I'm going to go to bed. I'll see your guys' reaction in the morning. And yeah, I let him have it. I was like, what the fuck is this show? Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter? Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
18 minutes. Yeah, 18 minutes. Then after that, we get the Continental Classic final for the Continental Championship. Jon Moxley turns babyface and beats Okada to win the title in 20 minutes, 10 seconds. Cut a nice little after-match promo. I honestly thought that the Death Riders were going to jump him out of the group or turn on him. I thought that was coming, but they didn't. So maybe that'll happen later or maybe not at all. And then obviously the main event, MJF defeating Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, and Hangman Adam Page in 20 minutes, 35 seconds. This was probably the best match of the night, I would say.
I will agree with that wholeheartedly.
Both as just as, the right person winning and just match quality. So that, 6 out of 10. Let me say this. AEW's definitely put on way better pay-per-views than World's End 2025. So if you don't have a link and you're debating whether to buy this show or not, this is probably a show you could afford to miss. I'm just going to say that right now. It's honestly, I don't think it was worth the $40 price tag this time around, but they got my money, and here we are talking about it. So I guess they fucked me twice. But let's move on. Let's move on because
Let's move on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw, the last one of what I thought was creatively a down year in the WWE, and boy, show definitely showed it. Jate earlier today sent me what was announced for the card, and I immediately said, "Man, I can't wait to be talked to death tonight." Because there was just a lot of talk. Dude, there was way too much talking on this show. Way too. Some people were really great. other people shit the bed.
I know exactly who you're talking about with that
Shit
one.
the bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we do that, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. I'm not gonna do the whole shindig of showing you the websites. You should know where to go by now. We've got Dubbies on deck if you need a shaker and a cleaner energy drink alternative. Go check out Dubbies. Use code SavagePod for 10% off. If you're also looking for Delta 8, Delta 9 weed gummies, go to Space Panda, Savage Pod 10 4th, having a stroke. Use code Savage Pod for 10% off. My brain is working faster than my mouth. I apologize. And also use code Savage Pod for 15% off. Cowboy Revolution apparel. And I think that one's pretty self explanatory. It's clothing for your body. And I will say Cowboy Revolution apparel. It'll get you laid, guaranteed. Anyways, enough about getting our dicks wet. Let's talk about getting flaccid, shall we? Monday Night Raw from December 29th, 2025 took place in Orlando, Florida. And we kick it off with the newly formed Vision. We've got in order from your right, it would be Logan Paul, Bronson Reed. Then you go up the next row. You got Austin Theory and Braun Breaker. And I mentioned to Jonte, and I said, look at where they put Austin Theory, right next to Braun Breaker. So they come through, Gorilla and everything, and well, I think the crowd got to Paul a little bit here because they wouldn't let Paul speak. And they started chanting CM Punk. And then Paul said one of the most truthful things I've heard all night. CM Punk will be standing here right now, understanding the vision if he wasn't busy placating to you morons, or whatever the hell he said. I hope he said you morons. I was kind of busy trying to get high at this point. And he goes, these damn CM Punk chants. Hold on. Let me pull up the raw results so I can actually read here. Heyman claimed this one kind of felt a little. I don't know. What's the goddamn word that I'm looking for? This promo, it went somewhere, then it stopped for a second, and then it tried to go somewhere else, and then CM Punk comes out. Am I getting that correct?
Yeah, it was just like pretty much Heyman trying to freaking glaze up the Vision. Basically saying that, in 5 years' time, everyone's going to be obsessed with everyone who's standing in the ring right now because they're all going to be WrestleMania main eventers. And then Paul.
And you obviously asked, is that true?
I mean, I don't know. That's still
Braun
that's to be.
Breaker and Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, maybe. I mean, Logan Paul is more right now of an attraction, kind of like his brother, which I
He's
can
been there
see
like
now
every
with
week consistently now.
yeah, which I can now see with Jake not being able to box as much. I think Logan's probably gonna step up some of his appearances, which, by the way, I'm all for because it gives me something to react to. Anytime Logan Paul opens his mouth, I want to punch him, and it's just because I don't like him.
Right, a lot of people
Great,
don't.
great in-ring talent. I will give him that, which fucking sucks because it's like, man, how can you hate a guy that's that good in the ring? Oh yeah, he's a shitty human being outside of the ring. So there you go. Anyways, sorry to derail your train of thought.
True. Yeah. So I mean, that's essentially where their segment was going, and then Heyman formally introduced Austin Theory as the newest member of the Vision, and then hands him the mic, glazes him up a little bit. Then Austin Theory says he's waited his whole life for this moment. Fans boo him hard here. And then
Yep.
he goes, he's worked his entire career for this moment. Said the first thing he wanted to talk about was the future or the next world heavyweight champion, Braun Breaker, who, he's glazing Braun here, trying to get in even better with the group, I think. Like I said last week, I mean, I don't fully trust Austin Theory yet. I still say he's a sleeper agent for Seth Rollins until further notice. But this is him trying to get in good. He asks Heyman, to help him with the next part. And then Heyman says, basically, the goals of the Vision outweigh the individual needs of any athlete inside the group, whatever that's supposed to mean. Then Punk's music hits. Punk walks to the stage. And then he basically is like, I think he's like mocking Austin Theory for basically like, I don't know, kind of like drinking the Kool-Aid a bit and saying that if he was like, if he was there to speak to Braun, not Theory. So like he's kind of like little dogging Austin Theory a little bit,
Yeah.
which, like I said, it goes back to their positioning him with Braun Breaker to look like a bigger deal. And I think they have to do that just because, I mean, obviously he's the new member, but like if you want to do this the right way, you can't just bring Austin Theory in here and treat him like, just some mid card guy,
A second-class citizen.
Yeah, we gotta show that we actually care about this guy. But then they had I thought they had the next part, they had a really good kind of like promo segment, between Braun and Punk. What did you think of like the actual promo battle? Like it kind of started off with Braun. He
It technically started off with Punk saying that he wanted to talk to Braun one-on-one, and us sitting at home was like, is Braun like actually gonna let Punk get in here like by himself? Is the
right.
Vision just gonna kind of back off, or what's gonna happen here? Is Punk gonna like step one foot in the ring, then all gloves are off? And luckily, we actually got a one-on-one promo, which is actually what we needed to kind of sell this whole shindig. And Punk says a lot of things in a lot of ways. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, high version of me does not like CM Punk at all. I think he's been dragged. I think he drags on in his promos, and sometimes I'm just wondering, what the fuck were you just saying? Basically, what I got from this promo, and you could stop me if I'm wrong, is that he basically told Braun Breaker that he doesn't think that he's up to snuff to beat him next week. He's not ready to let go of the title, and him and CM Punk and Bronson, fuck me, Braun Breaker and Braun Breaker aren't the same people. One is CM Punk, and he's gonna, beat fucking Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker also, by the way, I want to give him props. He said basically, everybody thinks that I was. This is my thought on this promo. Braun Braun basically says that, yeah, I may have had a silver spoon in my mouth, but you know what? I had to do things a lot harder than you ever had to do. I had to achieve things harder, quicker, faster than you've ever had to do because of who is in my family and who is in my blood. Thought that was really fucking good from Braun. I'm ready for this match. Honestly, I wish it was tonight, but it's not. It's next week.
Yeah, I mean, everything on Raw has been building towards this January 5th Stranger Things collab show. Like everything has been booked for it. They're setting it as a big deal. Obviously, Punk and Breaker being the main event. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much the gist of the promo. It was just, Braun was basically saying, "You think everything was handed to me because of who I am, and I'm a nepo baby, this, that, the third." And Punk's like, "No, I actually think you're the most ready in the division to beat me. But the one thing is, as ready as you are, I'm not ready." And by him saying that, he's not ready to give up that belt just yet. So we'll see come January 5th. Is it going to be experience, or is it going to be, like prime athleticism? Because like
Yeah,
he even said
speed,
in his promo,
power, athleticism.
yeah, because he even said in his promo, like, I was sharing the field with stars like Lamar Jackson while you were like in the Indies for a hot dog and a handshake. So, like, let's not get it twisted. I'm a legitimate like threat to your title. So, good promo. I think Braun held his own. Obviously, like Punk is like a savant on the microphone, but uh, Breaker did not like. You could kind of see him like shaking like on the mic a little bit. Like I don't know if that was like nervousness or just like the energy of the moment. Um, but I think he definitely held his own, and like he's proven he can kind of hang. I mean, obviously next week he's going to answer a lot of questions on how they feel about Braun Breaker in the division right now. Also, quick side note for the people that are interested in ticket sales for the show, the venue they were at was set up for 12,823, and they distributed 12,696 tickets. But I guess the entire venue can hold 20,000, but it was set up for about almost 13,000. So they had a lot of people there tonight. It's a nice house.
Yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby at all. All right. Next, we go backstage to the absolutely lovely Raquel Rodriguez. She's with the absolutely stunning Jackie Redmond, and Jackie is, talking to Raquel. My bad, talking to Raquel about her upcoming title match against Stephanie Vicaire, Women's World Champion, and that fucking piece of shit. Nothing happening, Nikki Bella. When all of a sudden, she can't even get in a fucking word in edgewise, which is pissing me off, by the way. Here comes this blonde fucking bimbo trash bag hoe, Liv Morgan, to cause more fucking problems between her, Raquel, and Roxanne, but mainly Raquel and Roxanne. I said it before the match, this women's title match started. I think Liv is grooming Roxanne Perez to turn on Raquel. And just wait, ladies and gentlemen. Jonte is going to literally be like, you know what? If it gets Roxanne Perez over, I'm all here for it.
Well,
That's
I
all I
told
want. Like, Roxanne. All you want to do is party
party.
all night.
Yeah, she does,
Yeah.
and she's going to be partying all her way to a women's championship eventually in 2026. I mark my words, she will be a women's world champ. But the thing is here, I mean, yes, I would love for all three of them to be on the same page. Really, I would. But if one of them has to get put out to pasture, um, I'd rather it not be Liv, and I damn sure would rather it not be my girl Roxanne. So Raquel needs to, either get in line or get jobbed out.
You know
And
what
find
it is? You know what it is?
hmm, what?
Three alpha females trying to vie for that top alpha spot.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything, like I said last week, everything was working fine until that fucking blonde hussy showed up and started fucking everything up.
Yeah, now the
Now
chemistry.
look, now look. JD hurt, Dominic hurt,
It's kind of
Liv,
like a curse.
Raquel, Roxanne, all at each other's throats. Where was Finn tonight? Anybody see Finn?
Nope.
Oh, nope, he was probably in the back playing PS5. Anyways, next up was the women's world title match. I know you were thrilled for this. Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella versus Raquel Rodriguez. Stephanie retains. And what was a, 3-segment match?
Yeah, it went 17
Yeah.
minutes, so they gave him plenty of time.
Gonna be honest with you, Tony, if you need to know how to do women's matches, this is it, brother. This is it. This only went 17 minutes. Your women's title match went 18 and sucked. This actually wasn't too bad. It
This
was
was
nice
good.
to see. Jonte said at the beginning here, he goes, "Well, Nikki Bella, can't wait to see you on your back. Seems that's what you're only good for." And first 5 minutes of the match, I said, "Wow, look at that. Nikki Bella has been spending a lot of time on her back."
And who was the one who took the pinfall laying straight on her back?
Nikki Bella. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I hope you did notice it. But I think Stephanie's been going pretty fucking hard, and she looked like she was gassed.
I
I
mean,
don't know
they
if it was her selling or what, but man, she has been going so like, here's the thing. There's only one person that I know that hasn't returned yet that she's gonna lose to.
Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Bianca's gonna win the Royal Rumble and then beat whoever for at WrestleMania. That's gotta happen. But yeah, they had a nice triple threat match. I feel like Stephanie retaining was pretty expected. I like the storytelling that they told at the end because it was Raquel's move that put away Nikki, but Vaquer had the wherewithal to throw her out the ring and then take advantage of that.
That
So
was
it
really good.
still makes Raquel look viable and strong, while still keeping the belt on Stephanie where it should belong. Then after this match, we have a backstage segment with Jackie Redmond asking Gunther about his recent behavior, asking if he thinks it's disrespectful the way he's been acting since making John Cena tap out like a little bitch. And Gunther smiled and started to basically boast. And then enters Ron Cena. I mean, R-Truth. And Truth says, Gunther, you singing the same old song about you making John Cena tap out like a little bitch, kind of makes you look like a piece of shit. And he whispers it in his ear. I mean, we all know what he said, but he whispered it because we're on Netflix. He then laughed at R-Truth, and asked, is this a challenge? Like, are you stepping up to me? And then Gunther told Truth that, you know what? I'm just going to see you in the ring. So that sets up our second match of the night. Gunther facing R-Truth for the honor and dignity of whatever is left of John Cena's career. Yeah, nice little segment. And then we move on to, honestly, probably the worst promo segment of the night. Not probably. It was the worst promo segment of the night. As we're entering hour 2, we have the Kabukis, the Kabuki Warriors, the women's tag team champions.
Be
Asuka,
nice. Be nice.
Asuka,
Be
I'm
nice.
being nice.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen,
nice.
fans of the Kabuki Warriors that have hated on us before, I told him to behave and be nice. What? You know what? The following views and opinions do not reflect me, Jonte, or the Savage Wrestling Podcast. Go ahead, continue. You have full amnesty. Say what you want.
No, they do reflect my beliefs.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so the Kabukis make their entrance dressed in non-wrestling attire. We have Noah Lyles, Olympic gold medalist sprinter, at ringside, who's also a big-time weeb. Shout out to him. Highlights aired of Asuka beating the absolutely dog shit out of Rhea Ripley with a distraction roll-up last week. And then we have Asuka and Kyrie deliver what is considered. I know this was the last Raw of 2025, ladies and gentlemen, but this was the worst promo of 2025. Probably early candidate to be the worst just promo. I mean, listen, I don't want to come off as being that guy and being, anti. I love Japan, actually. I love Japanese culture, love anime,
He does.
love the
We,
food,
we
love,
love One Piece around here.
yeah, we love all that stuff. But if you're gonna cut a promo, like were they gonna trust to put a microphone in your hand and let you cut a promo, you should probably know the language a little better if you're gonna. Because the thing is, the promo was very awkward. It was very disjointed, right?
Yes.
Weird pauses throughout where you're kind of just like, are we waiting for like? Because I told Baker this
Music.
during the show. I was like, is there a music cue that like is supposed to hit right now, and like it's not, so they're like stalling, and it's like it's awkward. I don't know if that was the case or if they forgot their promo or they were stalling. I don't know,
It
but
was
it was
something.
bad. It was just bad television. But thankfully, Rio, are we calling them Rio now? The tag team name? Rhea Ripley and Io Sky?
Rio.
Rio? Are we committing to that?
Apparently.
I guess so. We're calling them Rio now, guys. So Rio came out and they fought with Asuka and Kyrie. Ripley dropped Asuka with a super kick in the ring. Kyrie drove Io, her back into the edge of the broadcast table. And then we come back and we enter hour 2. So at the top of hour 2, this is where we have Rhea Ripley actually starting to leave to check on Io because we just had a physical altercation. Asuka and Kyrie take advantage of the distraction and worked over Ripley while Io was down. Now Io eventually does, eventually get up and prevent an insane elbow to Ripley because they were about to break her in half. Like it was looking bad. But Io, is able to make the save. Asuka and Io clear the ring, and then Joey Tess, whatever you want to call him, he's hyping up the meeting for next week, the Jan 5th show, which, like I'm saying, this is all build up for January 5th. So something, big is hopefully going to happen on January 5th. But yeah, they're hyping up the women's tag team title. So, I mean, what did you think of the promo segment there? Was Asuka Kyrie a good choice? Did it achieve what it needed to achieve? Your thoughts?
You know, my mama taught me a long time ago as a little kid, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I'm pleading the fifth. Just
Wow.
kidding. This promo sucks. The Kabuki Warriors suck. Kabuki Warrior fans, you know what you can do? You can place both my nut sacks in your mouth. I do not want to hear anybody tell me again that the Kabuki Warriors are the end all be all for women's tag team wrestling. Because they suck. Trash.
Oh,
Trash. This promo, I literally told Jonte, I said, Asuka could yell at me in Japanese all she wants. And he goes, "Oh yeah?" And I was like, "Wait a minute, where the fuck is this promo going?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm confused." And then all of a sudden here comes Christian motionless and fucking Io Sky. I'm ready for this match. This feud to be done and over with.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Get it in. They still live by one Vinceism. Get it in the ring.
Yeah. It.
What we should have done instead is like a backstage segment, like, this is the problem. This is the problem. I said it before this Raw started. I said, "Yay, can't wait to get talked to death." This is the problem when you have a hype a go home show to a big deal, a big shebang. It's a year celebration of WWE officially being on Netflix, and you just have promo segment after promo segment after promo segment. You kind of run out of ideas to do things. What would have been really nice is, maybe the Kabuki Warriors attack Rhea and Io in the parking lot. Something different, at least.
I mean, we've seen that 1,000 times.
Yeah, well.
I think here it's really simple. What you do is if you want to keep pushing the Kabuki Warriors as a thing, if you're gonna have them cut promos, have them cut promos in their native tongue, Japan, where they're comfortable, where they know what they're saying. Give them subtitles, make it a nice little video package, or give them a manager, someone who can cut promos for them, who can get them over verbally, so they're not embarrassing themselves like this, because this was just a bad look. It didn't do anything for them. It didn't make them look any better. Just made them look lame and stupid. Like, like I said, if they don't want to learn English, they can't learn English. Give them a manager, or just have them do video packages, vignettes in Japanese, and put the subtitles in. That's all you got to do. It's not that hard. But moving on from this segment, we have Rey Mysterio warming up in the back, and then enters CM Punk. CM Punk approaches Rey. Rey said, hey, he knew Punk was going to say that he had his back heading into this match with Austin Theory, because, yes, Rey did have a match with Austin Theory tonight. And Rey said, you have a title match to get ready for next week. You've got your hands full with the dog that is Braun Breaker. And he's like, you know what? He has himself covered for tonight. So dropping a little hint, little Easter egg Jones, Rey's got enforcements tonight. Doesn't need Punk's backup, but appreciates the offer. Then we have Gunther making his entrance for his match with R-Truth, which was the second match of the show. Not much to tell about this match, I'm going to be honest with you guys. 3 minutes, 30-second affair. Gunther jobs out R-Truth, makes him tap out like a little bitch, like John Cena when he tapped out like a little bitch. What do you think about this?
What did you just say about R-Truth?
He tapped out like a little bitch. That's what he did.
A little bitch.
And 3.5 minutes, he did that. Thoughts?
Move on.
Moving on, we have Jey Uso sitting in the locker room, and Jimmy enters the room. Jimmy's lit, like he's ready, he's fired up.
Jey is beside himself.
Yeah, he's near inconsolable. He's second guessing himself. Big Daddy Jim Boy is fired up, ready for their tag title shot tonight.
Big Daddy Jim Boy?
Well, that's what they're calling him backstage. Anyways, Big Daddy Jim noticed that Jey was kind of down. He's like, what's going on with you, dude? I'm your brother. I can sense when something's wrong. Just tell me. Jay explained the things, he's like, everything's not going my way, dude. I held the world title, right? Then I get jobbed out 52 days later, lose my belt, right? Then I lose in the Time Is Now tournament because I'm just not a singles guy anymore. Apparently, they don't believe in me. And you know what? I can't really blame them because the performances I've been putting on as a singles have not been lighting the world on fire. So let me go back home. Let me go back to where I'm comfortable, where I have to do half the work. That's right. Half the work, comfortable. See, it all comes down to work ethic, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to be lazy when everything's on you, because that's the thing between, difference between tag and singles. When you're singles, everything's on you. It's you live and you die by your own performance. You can't have your partner mask stuff up for you. You can't take breaks. You can't sit on the apron and have your dick in your hand while your partner does all the work. You can't do that. And he found that out the hard way. He's blowing up 7 minutes into a 15-minute match, right? He's getting tapped out. He's tapping out to folks. I mean, Jimmy, he's botching, right? It was just not a great run. So now he's back home in the tag division, and he's like, man, everything's going wrong. I've been losing. I don't want to put that bad juju on you, man. Like you're my brother. And Jimmy, he's like, bro, you're a world champion. We're gonna be okay. Stop, get out of your head. Basically, is what he said. Get out of your head. And then Jay's like, you know what? You right. Yeet. And they, shake hands, and then we move to an Obafemi video package, which aired. So, anything to say about the locker room, the Usos? How you feeling about Jay being his tag guy again? Any thoughts?
I'm coming home to the
To
place where
I belong.
Yeah, that's Jey Uso's return to the tag division.
He should have never left.
Nope. It's all fun and games until Roman Reigns isn't here and WWE gives you the keys.
Mm-hmm.
Thinks that you're going to be the guy. Yeah. They think that you're going to be the guy only for you to prove them wrong.
Yeah. So, the only thing that excited me about that whole segment was the Obafemi video package.
Yes.
Hopefully, dude, if he comes to Raw, I'm gonna lose my mind. Because they also showed Trick Williams backstage on this show as well. So they've been teasing, where they're gonna go, where they're gonna end up, dude. Just one of them, either or. Give me Trick, give me Oba. I think if you're going to put Trick on SmackDown with Carmelo, Oba has to come to Raw. It's only fair, right?
Yeah. One or the other.
That's what I think. Anyways, next segment. We have the World Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee talking backstage when an enthusiastic Javon Evans shows up. And Styles is like, this isn't NXT. What are you doing here on Raw? Javon's like, Adam Pearce wants to talk to me, so mind your geriatric ass business and prepare for your tag match you got later. How about that?
Geriatric ass?
Yeah, well, he's going to retire in 2026, so AJ Styles, he's a geriatric now. So then we have El Grande Americanos, right? Bravo and Rayo and the Grandes. They show up. El Grande boy had some words for Evans. He stood up for himself, though. Javon wasn't going to back down. He wasn't going to just take his shit. Styles and Lee then kind of stepped forward to show, hey, you think you think you're going to bully this young black man in front of me? That's not going to fly. That's one thing we're not doing tonight on Monday Night Raw. And I don't know if you noticed this, but who's that irrelevant tag team that used to be under Chad Gable? Yeah, the Creed.
The Creeds and I were in the background. I noticed.
Yeah. So they're watching in the background. So maybe Chad Gable is coming back.
I heard that he's been training. So,
But rotator cuff surgery back in July.
Yeah.
So I feel like rotator cuff surgeries usually take a long time to come back from. I don't know if you know anyone who's had a rotator cuff surgery, but I mean, since July, that's basically half the year almost he's been out. So hopefully we're closer to his return than not. Thoughts on the Grandes? Thoughts on Javon on Raw? Javon Evans, your guy, top 5. It looks like he's gonna get a contract. We love that, right?
yeah, but why are we putting him with the Americanos of America?
Well, it's a nice entry point, I feel, right? Like, you know,
Okay.
he's young.
So we're gonna put him with the Americanos of America, right? Straight from the Gulf of America.
Well, he's gonna job him out, I would hope, right?
Yeah,
Like he's not gonna.
Yeah, he
he's
better.
Yeah, and then it's like it's a springboard to bigger, better things. I think it's just let's get his confidence up. Let's introduce him to the fans here, the universe, and
Right.
get him some nice, easy wins under his belt. Hopefully, that's what they do. Moving on, transition. Austin Theory was getting ready for his match backstage, and then we have Paul Heyman asking, if he was going to let Rey Mysterio ruin this for him. And then Braun Breaker officially welcomed Theory into the Vision. We have Theory acknowledging the tribal thief, our big boy Bronson Beefy Reed. Logan Paul told Theory that he has his back. And Heyman's like, hey, you know what? Since you have his back, since you want to, let me watch my mouth. I'm not going to get crazy. Since you want to glaze Austin Theory, right? Why don't you have his back and, take him to the ring? And that's exactly what Logan Paul does. So he's taking Austin Theory to the ring. Rey Mysterio makes his entrance. We got Joey T making some plugs. And they once again highlighted John Cena's appearance on Cody Rhodes' show, which I know you're mad about. It's okay.
All right, John, it's time once again for me to milk that calf cow.
Got to. I mean, while they
can't milk the John Cena cash cow. Come on, John.
They can't milk it anymore. They've milked it for 20 years. There's nothing left. It's just powdered milk now.
Yeah, powdered dust.
So that happened. Then we have Austin Theory pose on stage. He's got new music, which what did you think about the music? I thought it was kind of interesting. I kind of liked it, kind of didn't. Don't really know how I feel. Maybe it has to grow on me.
So is this the part where I admit that I had fallen asleep?
Okay, that's...
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a long time, Monday Night Raw put me to sleep in the second half. No, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. It was a sugar crash. I had too much sugar before the show. Literally down. It was Milkshake Monday. I literally downed my milkshake within about 5 minutes of Monday Night Raw starting. It was that delicious. Shout out Cold Stone Creamery for all that you do. I fell asleep. Woke up to the finish.
So I'll take over since you are incapable of doing your job. So match three, Austin Theory with Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. This was a 7-minute, 30-second affair. Rey Mysterio gets the win via DQ because Logan Paul ends up tripping Rey Mysterio for the DQ finish in front of the ref.
Shouldn't have been in front of the ref.
So this segment was kind of weird, right? Because it was a nice match, and Austin Theory got the win last week. I think he did. Yeah, he ended up pinning Ray in that tag match. So I think that's why they had this one-on-one rematch. And then, so you have the one-on-one rematch, and then Ray gets the win back via DQ. Kind of already is like, I'm not sure it's really setting. If we're really wanting to take Austin Theory serious and make him a player, it's not like a great spot to put him in. Like have him.
100%.
I mean, if you're going, I don't know. I feel like Austin probably should have won this via some like heelish tactic or something. I mean, I guess they'll probably like have a rubber match or something, or have like a series of matches. I'm not sure. I feel like this isn't over because of what happens next. Because, like I said earlier, Ray alluded he had backup of his own, didn't need Punk's help, and we get the return of Penta, who made his entrance and stopped Theory and Paul from attacking Mysterio. Penta and Mysterio cleared the heels from the ring, and they stand tall. So, like I said, I was surprised with the finish and Ray getting the win via DQ. I thought for sure that Theory was going to be winning this, so I was really surprised, and not in a good way. I'm not saying like I know like everything and I feel like every like decision I think that needs to happen should happen. But for this instance, I really thought that Ray could have went without getting a DQ win here. Am I crazy in thinking that, or like I don't know? Does it not even matter?
I don't know. You're the guy with Triple H on speed dial. You tell me what the fuck's going on.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't talk to me anymore. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think it's because he found out that you've been secretly buying AEW pay-per-views and have been glazing them all year.
Oh, I have
He
been
doesn't like
glazing.
that very much.
Yeah, I have been glazing AEW a lot this year. I have.
Yep.
Except for World's End. That was not great.
Poop.
So that was pretty much that. Did you have any thoughts on this DQ finish? I mean, I guess they're
But it
obviously
kind of made Austin Theory look a little weak here.
right. That's the point I'm trying to get across here. It makes him look weak.
Yeah.
Makes him look weak, like he can't do things on his own already. And
Yeah. Bullshit. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't need Logan Paul to do his dirty work for him. Like let Austin Theory do what Austin Theory's gonna do.
right. It should have just been like a one-on-one affair. But I guess obviously the point of this was to build. So I mean, Penta obviously wanted to come back this week because he obviously wants to be on that January 5th show next week. I think that's what they're
Yeah, because that's his 1 year anniversary of being in the company.
True, very true. So he kind of has to be there, and that'll probably be a tag match. That'll be a match. I mean, this show's already stacked for next week, but that match would even add to it. Moving on, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky did a little promo video. Ripley said Asuka is delusional. Ripley said Asuka turned on Io, and she now hides behind her student Kairi Sane. Ripley also said Asuka beat her last week, but it's the first and last time that's ever going to happen. And Ripley said she's going to break Asuka. And then Io Sky proceeded to let Kairi know that she's lost and it's too late for her because she's chosen the wrong path and she's chosen to side with Asuka. And Io told Asuka that the student has now become the master, which I do not buy, but she also spoke of winning the tag titles next week, so I guess if she wins next week, she will have proven me wrong. And I guarantee when the titles are on the line and it involves Rhea Ripley, she's probably not going to do the job. So expect new women's tag team champions next week. That's my prediction for that. Then we see AJ Styles and Dragon Lee warming up for their title defense. Nothing really happening there. And I think I'll just let you take over from here because this is your woman, and I, out of respect, will let you describe what took place in this next segment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next we get Maxine and Becky Trump. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we get. We get a Maxine Dupree in a Becky Trump promo. You know, to be honest with you, kind of getting tired of this Becky Trump shenanigan thing that we've got going on with the promos. It's not only me saying it, it's Sports Illustrated, it's Forbes magazine, everyone's saying it. It's like, all right, we get it. You're a broken fucking record. And I'm glad that Maxine is putting her in her place and saying, is that all you got? Spotlight's fading pretty fast there, Becky, because Sports Illustrated no longer thinks that you're the best women's wrestler. That goes to the
CEO.
CEO.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
knows. He knows.
that's right. That's right.
He's jumping on the bandwagon now, guys.
Listen,
Listen to
I'm
this.
not jumping on the bandwagon. I know that Mercedes has
Welcome
talent.
to the
I just,
Mercedes train. We've
I,
missed you, dude. We've missed. What? Hop on board. It's safe here. You're in a safe space.
okay. Anyways, so yeah, I think Becky Trump needs to come up with a new shtick because Sports Illustrated thinks the CEO Mercedes Moné and pretty much all of AEW is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But that's beside the point. We get big time Bex versus the Women's Intercontinental Champion Maxine Dupree next week. Moving on. Oh, I will say this. Maxine has definitely worked on her promos. Pretty happy for her. Just hope she wins next week, because if not, you'll hear a crash out moment.
You don't have to worry about that. I guarantee she wins.
Right, 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 right. Anyways, moving on. We go to the main event, right? Or am I missing something? Did we go to the main event after that? Yeah, two of. Go to the main event, World Tag Team Championship match. The Usos versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. The one positive thing that I'll say about this match is good on you, WWE, for having an ad break right in the middle of Jey Uso getting ready to roll it back. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Tired of getting yeeted and conglomerated on. Makes it feel gross.
It does.
It does. Like, okay, on AEW you can get either conglomerated on, you could get death ridden, or
Oh wow.
fucking, or you can join the what's that fucking dojo? That fucking the Ops dojo. You can get ops on,
Right.
and then unfortunately in WWE your only choices are you get yeeted and deleted on. Anyways, this actually woke me up and gave me some energy to actually do this goddamn show. We all knew what was going to happen here. The Usos ultimately win this championship match, but I'm going to be honest with you, the ending sequence that they had was kind of nuts. Usos win with a 1D, 1, 2, 3. You and me, he, she, we, tag team champs. One letter, 4 words. Yeet. New tag champs, the Usos.
Yep. Oh, were you done or?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I mean, it went 18 minutes 40 seconds. Pretty freaking long. They are now 9-time tag team champions.
Crazy.
Haven't held them since WrestleMania 39, right? And now they're back on top and where they belong. So, I mean, overall, I thought the closing minutes of the match were decent. I feel like the Usos were kind of heelish in the match at times, which was kind of weird. But you know, the live crowd was happy to see the title change.
Specifically, Jay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Jay's all like he's kind of been showing signs of being a kind of a heel, quasi heel already. So, but yeah, the live crowd was happy to see the title. They're always happy to see titles change live because it's it was a big deal.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially for the amount of money they paid for those tickets. Best be
yeah,
getting something.
yeah, and I mean that was the end of the show. I mean, if I was to rate this show, like out of 10, it's probably like mm, I would say like a 4. Like it wasn't very like memorable. The only thing that was like that really got me invested the entire show was the Punk Braun Breaker promo segment.
Yes.
Outside of that, very pedestrian overall. I mean, just a very kind of average show. So, and I don't want to say like 5 because I feel like that's a cop out. So I'm like either 4 or 6. And I gave AEW a 6, and I liked as much as I hated World's End as a pay per view because I know AEW can do better and they know better. Um, I liked Raw. I mean, I liked World's End more than Raw, so I gave Raw the 4 out of 10 this week. Not. I'm surprised I stayed up the entire show. Is what I'll say. But
Yep. 100%. 100%. I'm gonna give Monday Night Raw a solid 3.5 out of 10 because for me to fall asleep, that's not good. It's not good content. If your content could put me, Mr. Brain works faster than his mouth, to sleep, you might have a little bit of a problem.
yeah, that's
And I know what the problem is. There's not enough motherfuckers in WWE right now that could cut a promo to save their life, to make me feel something. I felt something for the first 15 minutes of Raw, and then I felt dead inside. Shout out Kabuki Warriors, you killed my mojo. You took it, you looked at it, you spoke Japanese to it, stomped on it, and just kicked it to the curb and left it out in the cold. So thanks. Shout out to you. Anything else, brother?
nope. I'm done.
Yep. Yep. Hopefully next week we come here with better spirits, because gonna be honest with you, these last couple of Monday Night Raws have been a real drag to get through. A real fucking drag. But before we leave, I want to hear this 1 year end award from you. Um, Wrestler of the Year can be from any promotion whatsoever.
Ooh, wrestler
You could
of
do
the year.
you could either do men's and women's, or just give a men's. Ah, fuck it, just do men's and women's wrestlers of the year.
I'll say the men's wrestler of the year was Obafemi,
Okay,
and
I'll fuck with that.
women's wrestler of the year. Um, I gotta go Stephanie. I mean, I have to. I gotta go Stephanie Vicaire. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little different just because I don't want our list to be the same. My wrestler of the year is Kyle Fletcher. He had a
Mm.
fucking amazing 2025. Hell of a run that unfortunately got ended by fucking Snaggletooth Dickface. Women's Wrestler of the Year. I really got to think on this one. Because you already said literally everybody else's answer besides like Mercedes. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna say Mercedes just because you didn't. Just want
A
to
lot of
clarify.
contenders.
I mean, is there?
There's like a handful that you can really pick from.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Chelsea Green.
Okay.
Gonna go with Chelsea Green. Last year, Toni Storm was my women's wrestler of the year, and I think she kind of took a step back this year.
She did. She definitely did.
A much deserved step back, because and unfortunately with AEW, and this is the last thing we'll say here, is that unfortunately for AEW, I think she kind of needs the title again, because that women's division is like a nuclear wasteland. Scarce.
Facts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's been Raw Recap episode 8. Next week will be the first Monday Night Raw of 2026 and WWE's 1-year anniversary of Netflix. Well, on Netflix, not of Netflix. And apparently it's some fucking stupid ass Stranger Things fucking collaboration, which you fucking do. Nobody really gives a fuck. Yeah, can't wait for that next week right here. Savage Wrestling Podcast, Raw Recap. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it.
This is Raw Recap! Podcast Raw Recap! Monday nights, the war never ends. 2 men enter the booth, only one truth survives. Yo, I'll turn the volume up. The king's on the mic, Aaron in the building, dissecting the fight from the opening pyro to the final bell. I'll break it down raw, send it straight to hell. Suplex the segments, RKO the takes. If the booking's trash, then the table breaks. Who's running the show? We are. Who's dropping the truth? We are. Who's got no filter? Savage Wrestling. We are. This is Raw Recap. Savage Wrestling Podcast. We never hold back. Steel chairs flying, high takes collide. Aaron and Jonte, Monday night, ride or die. Raw Recap. Hey, Raw Recap. Hey, turn it up loud, feel the impact. Savage Wrestling's Edgar. This is Raw Recap. In the cut with the sharpest blade, carving up storylines the writers betrayed. Heels, faces, titles, all on the table. I'll bury